challenge game. The only winning move is not to play.
Hello and welcome. This is the first Commander video that I'm making for MTG.one. I will have this one and another one before the bannings come out on the 24th. So this is the initial ban list for the format. The things that are possibly looking at not being legal by Wednesday of this week are going to be Emrakul, Dig Through Time, and Treasure Cruise by my guess. Baral has put up huge results as far as 5.0s go, but it's not so much Baral as it is the ability to Emrakul. So the way this works as a combo, Jack, is that we have all these counter spells to let us do our plan, but the goal is that we have this Reweave and this Polymorph. And Emrakul is the only creature in our actual deck. So there are some games where you might just have the Polymorph in your opening hand and you can turn 3 Polymorph and you get an Emrakul. There's some games where you might Mystical Tutor. Or if you're playing, I'm not actually playing Personal Tutor in this build, but you have Personal Tutor as a second copy to make it even more more reliable. Just Personal Tutor is a little weaker. This build just a little. This is what I played in the challenge event this weekend. I sadly went 3-3, but I also 5-0'd a league with the same 75 same 99 during the rounds of that tournament. So, but yeah, it's just a lot of. So a couple ways to steal their creatures. We got some Time Walks mixed in, and then we're really just looking to Emrakul. But there's also times where you'll steal a big creature or Bribery a big creature, and then Time Walk a couple of times in the game that way, or you'll Bribery their Emrakul. So we'll be back. So I'll just go straight into games. But yeah, so Baral has been one of the major archetypes to stand out right away. Like Baral and Tasker are the two most winning archetypes. But as I said before, I don't think Baral deserves to be banned. However, I do think Tasker does. Delve has a significant impact on this format. It does some very powerful things, and it bypasses the tax of recasting your commander, and also that extra taking away in later games can really let you manipulate what cards you're going to be able to likely rebuy off Tasker. So it's pretty powerful. So we're on the draw against Braya. We're going to keep. So likely we'll hold up Spell Pierce against a Mana Rock on turn 1, and then turn 2 we'll probably preordain and still hold up the Spell Pierce if we still have it. Otherwise, if we do have to Spell Pierce right away, we'll hold up the Miscalc. So we could preordain here, but it doesn't. I'd still like to be able to counter a mana rock or whatever's going on. Since our opponent didn't mulligan, I don't want to like maybe try to get him on this preordain. He did top both cards, however. I am actually letting the spell pierce this though. Stop him from getting a cavern or something similar. So we probably lose the miscalc anyway. So our opponent's going to mystical in response to a Baral. For her lightning bolt. So he really just wants Baral off the table. That bad. Because he is already down to 2 cards. What we need to do is get stuff aligned before he gets down to 6 mana. And that's really a perfect draw, since we can hold it up thanks to our Ancient Tomb. But there's a point where Braya can start killing our Baral for free. And we want to do what we can to stop that from happening. So I am actually going to remana my Baral. Oh wait, he's not in play. I'm not going to remember Baral because I'm terrible at Magic. So he has used a lot of resources to make sure that we don't have Baral. And I mean, here we can he does get to recycle a bit, but if he doesn't hit a land drop, we can kind of safely try for Baral an additional time. and he just has it at every step of the way. What we have to hope for now is that he plays Brea. Even then, that's not great. He's still gonna have his tokens. So depending on what he does will merit what we do. But we're probably just going to end up Cyclonic Rifting and then playing as a control deck for a couple of turns. So he really is on like the control Brea build. Not really leading on the Planeswalker itself too much. Or the creature itself too much. So we're going to Cyclonic Rift and hope that we can kind of fight from here. So he gets the Sifter's hand a little bit more. Since he already hit his land drop, I'm not going to repeal in response. He's already used his Force of Will, so he is low on what there can be for 2-mana counters. Or for free counters, I mean. Pretty much taking this one because it puts more cards into our graveyard. So he's definitely getting to see a lot of cards to do this deck, which is not the best situation for us. And he's gonna get his. He's also gonna get his Ob into play, and so dealing with 2 planeswalkers. Oh no, never mind. Not so much there, but it's not the best place for us. Yeah. So currently costs 8. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. So 10. I only have 2, which is not enough to time warp as well. So we'll time warp. Get rid of Dak. I do not want to flip the Jace because it would go back to him. And so we currently know the 2 cards in his hand. So even though we're at 9 life, we're almost to a point where we can sort of stabilize. And if it gives us something that we can counter, we can... If it gives us something we can counter, we can flip the... or we can draw the Temporal Mastery and cast it. So yeah, we'll take even more damage. Oh. Yeah, so he has 2 up. So we'll mana leak and draw 2 cards. Mystic Confluence. Went past dig through time. And chose to keep a Vindicate. Or no, chose to keep Cavern of Souls. That is worse. So I'm actually going to take even more damage so that after I Baral, I can flashback Flash Insight. Or, no, never mind. Only works that way for my graveyard. So I could have flashback Flash of Insight, but I would have to give him the Jace Planeswalker, which may have been worth it, but probably not. So, yes, I know that I'm giving him a Planeswalker. So the first one's just gonna find a new, just replace itself, and then the second one's actually gonna dig. You're okay, come here. I also made a mistake by already playing my land, because I can't hope to find a straight mine now. Well, I guess the cavern's in his hand anyway. So things are actually quite bad right now. Okay, so with the ability on the stack, we're going to repulse Brea. So if he wants to kill Baral or deal damage to us or whatever, he would have to cash in his Crucible. So hopefully we don't need to counter 2 spells this turn. We shouldn't have to. We're still really close to the edge, so, but we're not actually that far behind. So I can draw 3 cards. I can also just counter this just to loot, which I'm kind of tempted to do, and it like makes him have to use to give us a life. So we're gonna dissolve Deluge. Oh, that was really bad, because then he can just not let it resolve. Yeah, that was not the smartest decision I could have made. Alright, yeah, that's going to be game. That was a pretty bad mistake. Yeah, I should have just let it happen, because then he wouldn't have anything. I still think we're in trouble, but yeah, so I'll be back for round 2.